What's up guys, Daniel here, and today, well, you see Darren's with me, so he's gonna help me out. But today we're gonna compare the Oppo R15 Pro versus the LG G7. So this whole video is gonna be shot with just these two phones, pictures, video, and all that. And what you're seeing and hearing right now is also off of these two phones. And right now we are shooting at 1080p with the front-facing camera. The Oppo has a 20 megapixel camera while the G7 has an 8 megapixel camera. Alright, so now we're in a really low light situation just to let you guys see the difference between these two cameras within daylight and low light. And I've done a camera review of these two phones already, so you guys can check that out. But with that out the way, let's go check out the comparison. Starting off with the LG G7, we got dual 60 megapixel cameras. The Oppo also has dual cameras, but one of them is 20 megapixels instead. I was shooting an hour before sunset, so the pictures on the LG G7 do look more warmer and closer to my eyes than the Oppo R15 Pro. Now both of these cameras do look really good during daylight, but I do think Oppo's colors are just a little bit off. The picture taken with the LG, the water is pretty blue while the Oppo has a greenish tint to it. The Oppo has a telephoto lens while the LG has a wide angle lens. So moving on to the front facing camera for portrait mode, the LG works great and it does a good job capturing you and a friend. The Oppo does great as well, but taking a portrait mode selfie with a friend doesn't work too well. It did took me a couple of tries just to get Darian focused in the shot. Even if it did, it still have some problems. The back camera for portrait mode, I do like the LG much better. The background blur has more blur and it's more creamier than the Oppo. The Oppo also has a cinematic portrait mode where it looks like it's a widescreen shot from a movie or clip. With the LG, I tried turning it into a landscape mode and try to take the picture, but of course it's not as wide as the Oppo. For low light, I think the LG wins for the most part. Even though both of these cameras are not good in low light, the main reason why I picked LG as a winner because the camera has a super bright mode. But when you saw the video in the beginning, I will agree the Oppo has a better image than the LG for front-facing camera for video. Now the feature that stands out to me most and my favorite on the LG, it's the wide angle mode. I find myself using this mode a lot more than the regular camera on a lot of other cell phones. For the Oppo, the only thing that stands out to me most is the cinematic portrait mode. Now moving on to the video side of things, again, I do think the color is still a bit off for the Oppo R15 Pro. For the front-facing camera, there is image stabilization for the LG, where there's no stabilization for the Oppo, and the Oppo does a worse job handling sun flares than the LG as well. Where the Oppo do shine is it keeps the subject more exposed than the LG. Now in 4K mode, the LG doesn't really give you an option to turn on stabilization, but it does look like it has some stabilization. Now when you shoot in 1080p for the LG, you can turn on stabilization, which is really much needed when you're vlogging or running around to shoot videos of anything. For low light video, they're both not good, but I do think LG is still the winner. The Oppo has more noise going on and some more artifacts, and the footage off the LG looks so much more smoother than the Oppo. In the Oppo, it looks like the shutter speed is lower, so a lot of things look like it's blurry while things are moving around. In my opinion, I think the LG wins in the low light for video. Throughout these tests, I just want to use it in auto, so a lot of people who grab these phones most likely would put it in auto anyways, so I just want to try to replicate what regular consumers do. Now the Oppo is a mid-tier phone and you can get great results, but for me, the LG G7 is the winner. There's a lot more modes, and there's Pro mode for video, and there's a Cine mode for video as well. So I do think there's a lot more going on for the LG. For the Oppo, it's really simple, not much settings, and it's more for a person that just takes out the camera, shoots, and get a pretty good result. So that is my comparison between the LG G7 and the Oppo R15 Pro. Let me know which one you think that won this camera comparison. Links are down below for you guys to check out. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.